Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Lexiot's here, and it's Thursday, and we're playing the Miami Heat in Miami. Third game against the Heat in a couple weeks, and we're 1-1 with them, beating them in Toronto and losing to them in Miami in a home-at-home series just not too long ago. So, well, we're gonna get to play them again, and hopefully we can beat them once again so that we have a winning record against them for the season. That'd be awesome. I love that. It'd be very, very good. Very, very, very good. All right, so I'll do the normal stuff, the latest lineup news, and the referee report, the classic card, and all that stuff is coming up too. So stay tuned. Raptor Freak channel. Let's go. It's game day, baby. Playing Miami once again today. Yeah, the guys are down in South Beach. Yeah, and I'll tell you what they've been up to real quick. All right, let's see. First of all, Toronto, of course, first. We've got Bruce Brown still ruled out for today. This is crazy because they were talking about him coming back soon 2 weeks ago. And now Bruce Brown just continues to collect DMPs, not coming in, still not totally ready. What's going on? Well, this guy was so close. We may need him to come back right now. Come on, Bruce. Get better. Come on, cowboy. Emmanuel Quickly also still out, ruled out for sure today, but he did get some imaging done on Tuesday, and it shows that he is progressing, but he is getting better. But still, he is ruled out for today's game against Miami, unfortunately. Scotty Barnes is also ruled out for today. It's been announced that he will be evaluated in 1 week with his right ankle strain. Now, the news about Scotty is mixed. Sham saying, oh, he's going to be out for several weeks. You know, the Toronto media, though, the way it sounds like what they're saying yesterday, like Michael Grange, Blake Murphy, Josh Lewenberg, they are like, okay, yeah, several weeks could mean just like a week or two. You know, once again, the number 6 is very prominent for Scotty right now because 6 more games missed. He loses all of his post-season awards eligibility. And Sky don't want that. So, you know, it's a good thing this week has games spread out and not very many because he has time on his side right now around this part of the year in December where he can have more time to heal that ankle sprain and hopefully return before the 6 games are up and still keep his post season award eligibility. So there's a lot of motivation for Scott to get healthy once again, guys. There's a lot of motivation. And basically, he's taking the week off. What did he sprain his ankle on? What was it, Monday or something like that? You know, hopefully he can be only away for like 10 days or something like that. And he'll only really miss like 3 games if he does that because of the way this season is set up right now with this break part going on right now. We've had a few days off in a row just now. We're going to have even more days off this weekend because they play tonight and they're off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend. And then they don't play again until Monday back at home against the Bulls. So I'm just saying he's got some time to heal this right now. So those are our only 3 injuries listed. Bruce Brown, Emmanuel Quickly, and Scotty Barnes ruled out today for sure. On the Miami side of things, Pele Larson, the rookie, is considered doubtful for today's game due to his ankle. So we probably won't see that young European rookie. Jimmy Butler is on the list. It's a right knee soreness. It's maybe something they use. He couldn't finish the game against us last time because of, well, he's probable for today. So it's probable that Jimmy Butler will be playing against the Raptors. And then Josh Richardson had an injection in his left heel on Wednesday, and he'll miss at least 1 week. So he is out for sure. Josh Richardson off the bench. We'll see who they got in their roster for we've seen them quite a bit. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy Butler's probably going to play. Haywood Highsmith, Bam Adebayo, Drew Smith, Terry Rozier, Jaime Vasquez Jr., Kevin Love, Alec Burks, Nikola Jovic, Kelly Ware, Thomas Bryant, and yeah, that's pretty much their bench. So we may see Jovic this time. He was hurt the first 2 games we played against Miami, so he's cleared to play now, and we could see the second-year player Nikola Jovic today. That may be the one big difference in their roster. Also, Drew Smith. Interesting. Was that a recent add-on? Because I don't remember him being on the team last time we played them also. Of course, it was officially made yesterday that A.J. Lawson has signed a two-way contract with the Toronto Raptors. Josh Lewenberg reporting on Blue Sky this morning that A.J. Lawson will not make it to the game today in time to suit up for the Raptors to play against Miami today. So do not expect our guy from Toronto, the newly acquired A.J. Lawson, to show up and play against Miami today. It's just not in the cards for this one, but he will definitely be there for Chicago. Yeah, he's got a lot of time to get there by then. All right, our referees for today's game are pretty good. They're not bad, guys. Our crew chief today will be Sean Wright, is number 20th season out in New York City. His favorite TV show is Law & Order. He likes the movie Love Jones. He listens to Michael Jackson. He reads Crime and Punishment. His favorite meal is roasted chicken and veggies. His favorite app is his son's football team app. And he most like to visit Greece. His bucket list is a fly plane, and he's a pretty good chess player, guys. So he's into chess. Sean Wright made his debut as an NBA Finals official in 2021 when he worked Game 2 between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, Sean is an interesting ref. We have had him this year already, at least once, I believe. We win 55% of our games when Sean Wright is present, and the Heat win 48% of their games. So we are favored by the crew chief, Sean Wright. We did lose the only game he's refereed for us this season so far, but it is a 55-48 split for the Raptors with the crew chief, Sean Wright. The second ref is our golden ref. It's Goldenberg, guys. That's right. Jason Goldenberg will be refereeing for us tonight. He is the best ref in the league right now for the Raptors statistically, y'all. He really is. We've had him referee once this year, and we won. So, there you go. Number 35 is out of Atlanta, Georgia, his 8th season. His favorite TV show is Curb Your Enthusiasm. He likes the movie Tommy Boy. He listens to Rufus Du Sol. His favorite book is Ego is the Enemy. He likes to eat chicken parmesan. His favorite app is NBA. He most like to visit Australia, and his bucket list is to sail around the world in a mega yacht. Why don't you just try and go on a catamaran or something more challenging? A mega yacht? That sounds too easy, Jason Goldenberg. But you know what? Because you like us, I like you. I hope you get all your dreams, Jason Goldenberg. I hope you get all of them. Jason Goldenberg has 4 seasons of collegiate officiating experience with assignments in the Big South, Southern, and Ohio Valley conferences. That's right. Jason, as I said, is statistically the highest winning percentage out of all the main refs that have refed a lot. We win 75% of our games. So 3 out of 4 games we win when Jason Goldenberg is present. We did win the game that he refereed earlier this season. He's only ref 1 game for us, and it was a victory, one of the 7 that we've got so far. Now, the Heat, on the other hand, with Jason Goldenberg, they only win 36% of their games. This is a wide split for the Raptors, 75-36 with Jason Goldenberg. Yeah, don't yell at him, bench. Scotty, you're not playing. Don't yell at Jason Goldenberg. Don't yell at him. I'm telling you. You yelled at him the last time he refed us. Don't do it. The third ref is Robert Hussey. Robert Hussey, number 85 out of Queens, New York. So we got a couple New York guys in his 3rd season in the NBA refereeing. His favorite show is Chappelle's Show. He likes the movie John Q. He listens to J. Cole. His favorite book is The 4 Agreements. He likes to eat ackee and yellow yam. His favorite app is ESPN. He most likes to visit Iceland. And his bucket list is to see the 7 wonders of the world. That's right. Yeah. Robert Hussey at NBA All-Star in 2022 in Cleveland. Robert Hussey refereed the NBA G League Next Generation game and the NBA All-Star Celebrity game with Canadian Matt Callio, who is now also in his 3rd season as an NBA staff official. So these guys got to do the celebrity game a couple years ago, and now they're regular refs. Robert Hussey is the worst ref for the Raptors today as far as things. We did win the first game that he refereed this year. So we did win the last time Robert refereed us. That's fantastic. We win 46% of our games when Robert is around. That's the lowest percentage out of everybody, I believe. Yes, it is. And meanwhile, the Miami Heat win 60% of their games. So 46-60 for the Heat with the third ref, Robert Hussey. Not a bad ref crew overall. Whenever you see Goldenberg, that's a good sign for the Raptors because Goldenberg is seriously, he's a good luck charm for the Raptors to a degree. So I ain't mad at seeing Jason Goldenberg on the referee report today. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. So yeah, fairly good ref crew. Now, once again, when we played the Heat, we split the home and home at homes. So they do have that home advantage today. And we'll have to see. Without Scotty, that's another factor. Scotty was available for both the Miami games that we played recently, and he's not going to be available tonight. So these could be factors that matter: the home court and also the absence of our great franchise face, Scotty Barnes. Which is too bad. It's too bad. Yeah, we always want people healthy, and that's why we want Scotty back. ASAP Rocky, baby. That's right. All right, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat this morning on the Raptor Freak channel. Every morning, live on YouTube, talking Raptors. If you're a positive Raptors fan that loves this team, wants to root for the team, you're sick of the toxic noise, you just want the facts, man. Just like the referee report and the injuries I just gave you, well, this is your one-stop shop to get what you want, and maybe not the snarky, toxic putting down the team, too. We love our team, and people need to know that. Stop negging us or putting us down or being toxic in Raptors fan nation. That's what I'm telling y'all right now. Monique, the super fan Lawrence, is graced us with her presence today. I love it. Good morning to you, Monique. Always happy to see a super fan here. Good morning, Raptor Freak crew. Win for Scotty. I like this. Yes, we're going down to South Beach. We're there already. There's a family for Scotty and Jonathan around that area. And in some ways, I know Scott's down there. I see pictures of him on the plane sleeping. That will be on the Instagram story. So he is traveled with the team. He is not still in Toronto. He is down in Florida with the team, even though he's not available to play. So there you go. Scotty is down there. Trevor's and life is very complicated. Don't try to find answers, because when you find answers, life changes the questions. Wow, that sounds like the Rowdy Piper quote from wrestling in the 80s. Piper on Piper's Pit would say, "Just when you think you have the answers, I change the questions." Yeah, Rowdy Piper used to say something like that. Listen, life is weird. It can't throw you some curveballs and stuff like that. In some ways, I would glean from your words of wisdom this morning, Trevor, that it's like, don't act like you know everything, because you know what? Life will knock you down and humble you to show you where you're lacking or where you're overlooking and stuff like that. And in some ways, yikes. So it's always good to counteract that with a prayer with God and saying, you got me. I know you do, JC. So looking out for me, I believe in you, and you're going to take care of me and look out for me. So a belief in faith in the Lord to get you through any situation is the answer to these questions that change. How about that? There you go, Trevor J. I think you like how I turned that right there. Thank you for your words of wisdom, Commissioner J. Always a pleasure to have your presence on the chat this morning. That's right. Let's see. Trevor's saying the Hawks always find a way to beat the Knicks, and the refs helped the Rockets beat the Warriors by rewarding them 2 free throws when should be a jump ball called a foul. All right, I have heard a little bit of the fallout. I did not watch the NBA Cup action last night, so this is all hearsay, me hearing what's been said and saying it again. I will say this. So we have the 4 next level Cup players, teams, and they're very interesting. I think that they're not totally like Golden Boys in this league. It's really weird. If this was going to be Golden Boys last night, the Knicks and the Warriors would have won. Because Golden State Warriors, the NBA likes pushing their legend with Steve Kerr and Steph Curry. And then the Knicks, obviously, the Big Apple. I think it's very telling and kind of karmic that the 2 teams that the referees cheated us out of wins against in the last 2 games that we played, both lost in the NBA Cup games that they just had. That's the Mavericks and the Knicks. So, you know what, NBA, you don't do these teams any favor when you handhold them to victories like you did on Saturday night with the Dallas Mavericks and on Monday night with the New York Knicks. Yeah, you don't do them no favors, because then they get into a game against a team like Oklahoma City, a team like Atlanta Hawks, and they get their ass kicked because there ain't no handholding in those situations. Kudos to Trae Young for coming in and busting up MSG again. In some ways, I have no problem with that. If this is a part of the legend of the young little popcorn chicken man that plays for the Atlanta Hawks, I'm all about this. Seriously, you go on, Trae Young. Mess up the Knicks over and over again. The Knicks were talking trash about you right up that. I know there's something real between y'all. Some people don't believe in this rivalry. Well, it's not a team rivalry. I know y'all don't have a rivalry with the Atlanta Hawks, New York Nation. No, but Trae Young has a rivalry with y'all. That's what it is right there. And that man just added another chapter of putting y'all out, messing y'all up. Wow, you're so great, New York. I've heard so many good things about you, but I saw you on Monday. And I saw the imposters that you guys are and just how much the NBA had to help y'all beat us on Monday night. You shouldn't have felt proud then. You should have had a real test because your test came and you failed in the NBA Cup and you're out now. I have no remorse about that. Sorry, Thibodeau. Sorry, Villanova Knicks. You're fucking out, you motherfuckers. And Kat, you're a winner? I'm a winner. New York winner. Okay, Kat, winner. Okay, Kat, you're a winner. Yeah, you are. No, you just got beat by a little popcorn chicken man who came into your own house and beat your ass. As far as the Rockets and the Warriors, well, you know where I'm going with this. Even if they had the fiery pits of hell red court in Houston last night, where that Golden State game, and people had a hard time watching it. Fiercey's talking about in the Facebook chat, I want to watch this game, but the court is obnoxious and is bugging me too much. I'm tapping out, y'all. I can't watch this game anymore because the court made me submit. That's crazy that a red court like that could put down NBA ratings. Y'all think y'all's NBA courts are so fantastic, but some of them have been an eyesore. I'm not going to lie. And some of them have pushed people away from watching the NBA Cup, like what was happening last night with that one game. Yeah, I've heard Steve Kerr whining after the game that they didn't do the game right at the end and we lost because of it. I don't give a shit, Golden State Warriors. You had so much handed to you in the last 15 years. You get all kinds of bullshit, easy things happen for you. So I have no sadness for you and losing to Fred VanVleet and the Houston Rockets by 1 last night. So, Steve Kerr, oh, they screwed us. It should have been a jump ball. I don't give a fuck. The referees screw everybody all the time, and you got screwed last night. So, boo-hoo, Steve Kerr. Woo-hoo. Go on, Freddie, and take it to the next level. Although, in my opinion, this is what's going to happen. Oklahoma City is going to beat Houston, and then they're going to beat whoever comes from the East. I can see, it's interesting to have Atlanta versus Milwaukee. That's a very boring late 70s, early 80s NBA matchup. Makes me think of Sidney Moncrief versus Dominique Wilkins kind of shit. No, I love that those two teams are not the flashiest teams in the Eastern Conference that made it there. It's not Boston. It's not New York. Nope, you didn't make it New York. You're fucking out, Kat. You're not a winner, bro. Nah, it's Milwaukee and Atlanta. That's awesome, man. In some ways, all 4 of the teams that have gone this far in the NBA Cup are not the flashiest teams, and it's kind of enjoyable to see this. They ain't no LeBron James handing participation trophies like last year that's going on last year. No. I'm expecting Oklahoma City to win this thing and get that, and it's going to put a real good feather in the cap of SGA for his MVP candidacy, getting more attention for that. And I think that's what's going to happen. So you go, Thunder. And good job, Hawks and Rockets. That's my guy, Fred. That's right. Team captain of the Houston Rockets, doing what he does, winning. That's right. Woo-hoo, Steve Kerr. Oh, they cheated us. I have no remorse. I'm a Raptors fan. Fuck you. All right, let's keep going. Monique is saying, happy game day. Go Raptors. Turn off Tyler Hero. That's right. Don't let him play. Turn off his water. And the game stop in this game and stop the threes contain Jimmy. Yeah, I mean, those are good keys to victory, Monique. I think you're right. Tyler Hero got a little hot in the last game against the Heat, and he was scaring us, but we did manage to win that one. The first game, he didn't really do jack shit, and they won. But yeah, we need to contain Tyler Hero. He's always a threat. He may be the most important player on the Heat right now on the down low. Some may say Bam Adebayo, honestly, because of his defense and stuff like that. Jimmy's getting older. He's an X factor for veteran gruffness and tenacity and con man artistry. But Jimmy is not Tyler Hero to get the points on the board for the team like he used to. So yeah, Tyler Hero is definitely somebody we got a key on. Maybe we put a strong dose of Oshai on him. Yeah, maybe some Davion Mitchell really going to hound him and stuff like that. I saw the interview with Davion yesterday. It was actually from 2 days ago. It was a 12-minute video. I mean, that's crazy. Sometimes these NBA interviews are like 2 minutes. Sometimes they're like 3 or 4 minutes. This dude got 12 minutes of the media on Tuesday. And that's where he talked about being the greatest defender in the league and saying all kinds of stuff. I love Davion Mitchell, man. Listening to his interview this week in the practice interview has made me understand him a little bit more. That he's a little bit delusional, but also at the same time, he's delusional in the right way. He has a very strong belief in himself, and I like that. One of the things he's talking about how in the recent past, the Raptors have played very, very high-level opponents, people like SGA, people like Kyrie, and basically Davion gave a secret away, saying that he never before in his career did he really do tape study. And tape study is basically taking all the isolation plays of certain very good players like SGA and Kyrie and very much breaking them down and watching them over and over again just to get their tendencies and to get really like known on their moves, their first step, their tells on what they're going to do. So Davion's been studying this like a Rhodes Scholar. He's been watching these clips of these top level players we're about to play. And he says it's helped him. It's really changed things. And he actually can see trends. In some ways, this is part of the way that he stripped the ball from Jalen Brunson when he's coming at the basket the other day cleanly. And got a turnover when that guy had an inevitable layup at that moment, honestly. So, that's awesome. I love hearing the inside the actor's studio from the player's mouth about what they're doing with their basketball lives. And Davion Mitchell is watching tape of specific, very powerful players that we're playing and scouting them. And he's very much learning their dance moves so he can dance with them and maybe like put some fancy footwork on them and get the ball from them. So salute to you, Davion Mitchell, for being a pupil of the video clips and taking really special time and interest. He said he watched the Kyrie video like 20 times so that he would know everything that Kyrie does right now so he could guard him the best that he can. I love that initiative. I love that dedication. And I love that work you're putting in off day. Even with even on off nights when you're not playing, you're putting in that video work. And I love it. I love hearing that. Yeah, it's cool, man. The more I hear him talk, the more I see his personality is kind of outgoing and just very confident. I like you, man. And your haters, your detractors, like that idiot he who shall not be named, well, they don't get you like I get you. And I get you, man. You're doing the right things the right ways. That's right. He had a lot of praise for a lot of different people on this team. Jacoby Walter, Grady Dick, a lot of different people. He was talking about RJ too. Yeah, Davion's a real team player, and I honestly love his dedication. I really, really do. He's fantastic. Fantastic. That's right. Let's keep going in the chat. Trevor J is saying, happy game day. I will be in the building tonight. Yeah, that's right. That is Trevor's neck of the woods. Why wouldn't he be down at that Miami Arena? It used to be called the Miami Arena, but I don't even know it's the same building. I don't think it is. Yeah, but yeah, of course Trevor's going to be down there leading a Raptor Freak contingency to come down there and cheer on our team in the Miami Arena. Yeah, you go, Trevor. Get loud, and maybe I'll see you or hear you on the broadcast. I love that. That's right. Nako is here. Gerald, good morning. Thank you for checking in the Mississauga area. That's right. That's our guy, Nako, on the west side. West side. Let's see what Nako's saying. I don't think I can have any expectations for how this season is going to go anymore. Glad to see we got another Canadian guy. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. I like AJ Lawson. In fact, let's go do the Instagram stories real quick, Trevor. I mean, not Trevor, Gerald. Sorry, Nako. Sorry. Yeah, you know what? This whole year, we never should have had any expectations. When you're in a rebuild, you can't be like setting the bar and say, jump high, jump over this, Raptors, jump over this. You can't set a bar for them, especially with injuries added into a rebuild also. So in some ways, expectations should have been thrown out the window. At Summer League, Gerald, to be honest, if you're just throwing them out now, you're a little late. But I applaud that you've come to this conclusion at this point. All right, let's go with the Instagram. Let's see. Raptors official admin was asking, have you got a question for Vince? Ask it below. Maybe he'll answer it. You guys are taking questions for Vince Carter? It's Vince Carter, right? Not Vince Young, not Vincent Vega. from Pulp Fiction. No, you're asking questions for Vince Carter. That's who I'm thinking you mean. Yeah, we found out that Tracy and Vince did go in with out the door on ownership for the Buffalo Bills, and they're new part owners of that NFL franchise. It's Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter, the Florida cousins. That's right. There you go. Let's see what's going on Instagram. Let's see. What is that? That's just this. Okay, they're walking up the hallway live at Scotiabank Arena. Bell Gaming Night is back. So they're gonna have they're gonna come into the Scotiabank Arena and let a bunch of nerds set up a LAN party. Oh my gosh! So yeah, if you're into the gaming, well, you know what? You could actually go down there and maybe play in the arena, in the Scotiabank Arena, with a bunch of computers and people on headsets playing connected through the network. So yeah, I guess there's Bell Gaming Night is going on down there. I don't know all the details. You may want to look it up if you're into this kind of stuff and you're interested. I don't know if this is just a Raptors video game team event or it's open to the public. You come down there, bring your video game. Don't bring down Adventures of Lolo on regular Nintendo, please. This is a little bit more higher stakes. Don't come down here with those dinosaur games like I would want to play, like Kid Nicky and Rad Racer and Excite Bike. No, they want you to play the newest, and that's PlayStation 5, I'm sure. Game day, baby. There's RJ Barrett on there. Guys, tomorrow, Teresa Resch will be doing a special interview online. She'll be online. She'll be on Instagram Live, and she'll be taking questions. So think of any questions you have for Toronto Tempo president, Teresa Resch. She's going to be on tomorrow from, I believe it's going to be like 10:30 to 11:30 in the morning. Instagram Live on Friday the 13th tomorrow. So yeah, y'all can talk to Teresa and do Ask Me Anything, AMA, as far as the WNBA process of naming the team and why they picked the Tempo. Maybe somebody will straight up ask her, why did you pick the name Toronto Tempo? And what do you hope to have? Do you have a mascot, Teresa? Ask some good questions, y'all. I want to hear the answer because I want to know so I can help inform everybody more on that too. So there you go. Teresa Resch on Instagram Live tomorrow, guys. So tune in for that. I'm sure it'll be on her account. Paul Jones and Eric Smith have former Raptors GM Glenn Grunwald on their episode this week. So yeah, check it out. They always have a great, fantastic guest and from the past with the Raptors usually. And well, this week it's Glenn Grunwald. So they're going to have a little in-depth discussion. So check out Smith and Jones, y'all. Check out Smith and Jones. There you go. We had Norman Powell showed up on Draymond Green's podcast this week. And, it's kind of funny that Draymond's all about having the guys who beat him in the finals in 2019 all the time. Freddie's been on there. Pascal's been on there. And now Norman has come on his show recently. And that's awesome. Norm's also celebrating my guy, Earl, who's got a Storm and Norman shirt at the Clippers arena. Yeah, he looks like a cool guy. There's Earl. Wubbs showing some highlights. There he is dunking in the game against the Mavs. And there they're on the plane. I told y'all there's going to be plane pictures. They're flying down to Miami, and there's a picture of these guys sleeping. And it looks like Jacoby got, who is that in the back? RJ's really conked out. Oh, my gosh. You can see RJ is out, and Jakob's next to him still awake, looking at the computer and working, and RJ is out. And then there's Oshai, and there's Jamal Shed, and there's Jacoby Walter himself, all sleeping with their hoodies up. And on the plane trying to get home. Yeah. Show your hands, Jamal Shed. I'll say that. Jacoby Walter, more highlights from the Dallas game and his impressive mid-range shots where he's very measured and smart. Darko said this in the practice interview this week, that he has a lot of faith in Jacoby, even though he didn't play as much college as the other rookies, even though he's missed more time than the other rookies because of injury. The thing about Jacoby, he said, is he plays with a confident pace where he doesn't get hurried up or slowed down. He plays exactly how he wants to play, and that he has a lot of confidence in Jacoby to make the right decisions measured and on offense to make things happen as far as scoring himself or getting the ball to other people and making them successful. So Darko professing his utmost confidence in our rookie Walter and what he's been doing so far this season. That's why he's getting a lot of leash and a lot of playing time and starting games already in his career. That's fantastic. Jamal McGlure has an event coming up on December the 14th at Scarborough Town Center. It's the East All-Star, Jamal McGlure and Scarborough spots, and they've got some T-shirts and stuff they're going to be selling. So you can probably come down there and meet Jamal, the big cat, December the 14th at Scarborough Town Center. I'm not sure what store. Scotty Barnes was eating some steak last night. Scotty, you're making me hungry with what I'm seeing on your Instagram right now at Nasur Et Steakhouse in Miami. And they got the salt on the side of the board there. Man, that looks just cooked perfectly, Scott. Oh my gosh, that looks like melt in your mouth kind of steak right there, Scotty. Well, you live that life, my guy. You do, my boy. That's right. I love it. I love it. All right, and there's a highlight. He's showing off the prowess of Davion Mitchell on his Instagram. So Scotty's like, yeah, he wants first team defense for Davion. Scotty, our guy, Scotty Barnes, is advocating for Davion Mitchell to be first team all NBA defensive team. And he's got his highlight reel to prove it on there. So Scotty is putting in the propaganda to help my man Davion. And there's Davion playing the same clip on his Instagram right afterwards there. Davion Mitchell's ability and instincts. There you go. And even more people are putting on there, and they're saying there's no guard in the league that guards better than him. And all defensive team, it better be first or second, nothing else. That's right. There you go. So people really pushing strong for Davion Mitchell to be considered for defensive team awards. And that's fantastic. That is fantastic. His teammates believe in him too. Davion said in his long, almost 13-minute interview this week that he got knocked for not being a good off-ball defender. And he didn't like that. So he went and tightened up, and he really got dedicated to improving his off-ball defensiveness, and he's had improvement from it. So now he feels like I'm the best on-the-ball defender and the best off-the-ball defender also. So, yeah, he sees a glaring hole. He said, do you just say that's about me? Well, I'm going to change your opinion because I'm going to go get better at it. And there's Davion's picture. People on the airplane sleeping. What's this? Why are you guys selling each other out? Taking pictures of everybody on the plane while they're crashed out. There's Jonathan Mobo with his hood up. He's pretty much out. Manuel Quickly wearing the Raptors hoodie. He's out. And Grady is kind of out. You can tell he's maybe a little bit acting like he's out, but he's out. And then Scotty's awake, and he sees Davion taking the picture. And he's like, what are you doing, Davion? Why are you taking a picture of us while we're sleeping on the plane? In some ways, it's like, yeah, it's a little bit of an invasion of privacy, guys. These guys just want to sleep. And meanwhile, you're taking pictures of them like that. Just don't be putting their hands in like cold water, warm water, some of that might piss their pants. That's what we used to do at sleepovers. That's right. Yeah, don't do that. SGA putting on blast himself on his Instagram. Of course, you should. You're a badass. Of course, do that. And all right, here we go. RJ Barrett on his Instagram is saying, welcome home, broski. AJ Lawson. That's right. Marcy Gang is what he's all about. He's very happy to see another Torontonian back on the team. That's right. AJ Lawson is somebody that RJ knows, that he's been friends with for a while, back from the hood. And now AJ Lawson is a Raptor along with him, Kelly Olynyk and Chris Boucher. Canadian factor times 4. Now, with 4 Canadians on our Raptors team right now, and 2 of them are, well, 3 of them are from Toronto. At this point, we have 3 kids from Toronto on our team, man. So it's nice to see RJ Barrett sending a nice warm welcome to the latest Raptor, our new 2-way, AJ Lawson. And yeah, RJ approves, apparently. There you go. Yeah, once again, Teresa Resch will be on live tomorrow, December the 13th, for a couple hours. For around 10:30, she starts on Instagram Lives answering y'all's questions. So check that out. Submit your questions about her career and journey into sports so she can answer them. Somebody spelled career crazy in there, though. Why'd you put 3 E's in career? Whoa, Toronto Tempo, get your editing straight, all right? There's Jamal Shed showing off the picture of them sleeping. Jamal, why are you showing off the picture of you with your hands down your pants? Seriously, you don't want to be doing that. That looks weird, man. You got a little smile on your face, too. Now, whatever you're doing in there, man, you definitely don't want to post a picture on Instagram, my guy. No wonder you made it so small in the corner. Get your hands out of your sweats. Don't do that, man. It looks kind of Manuel quickly taking a picture of the floor at a Miami arena. Yeah, there it is. Arena Bowl closed. And yeah, he's there. This was how long ago was this? When was this one? Let me see. I can't even tell. I can't see the timestamp. Slim Duck, lots of crap on his Instagram, just goofy stuff. All kinds of funny stuff. People get hit in the face. People rap battling. People just being silly and acting goofy. That's a lot of what Chris is. I'm going to take a 20-minute nap, and me 8 hours after a 20-minute nap. There's your Instagram stories this morning. It's funny stuff. Yeah, the Raptors are asleep on planes. Scotty's at a steakhouse. Steak, Scott. You're making me want to get a steak. I got some steak. Actually, I could thaw out a steak in the fridge and eat that for dinner tonight. Yeah, good. I'm inspired by my guy, Scott, in all kinds of ways. I'm going to eat a steak tonight. because you ate a bad steak in Miami. Yeah, it won't be the same quality, but it'll be good still. I'll bet. There you go. There's your Instagram stories. There you go. Trucker Kaz is in the house. Always good to see a great Raptor freak who's on the road again. Kaz, it is Thursday, so he's on the road. Good morning, Lex and crew. Good morning to you, Trucker. Burr, burr, give it all. Burr, burr. Jimmy Poe is here. Good sign for IQ. Yeah, I like hearing that he's progressing. Of course, we just want him back as soon as possible. Darko lamenting the lack of being able to have the barbecue full and in full effect so far this season. In some ways, he don't like that. He wants that barbecue like we all do. He wants barbecue just like we do. He's a barbecue fan. He wants that grill out and cooking and slow cooking the meats right. And in some ways, he hasn't been able to do that. He hasn't had the ingredients. And, well, we need that Q in the barbecue. That's the spicy part, right? The Q. The Q is the mesquite. Is that what it is? Yeah. In some ways, we need that back. I'm all about it. A good sign for him, Jimmy. Good sign for us. Pope of positivity is a positive thing. That's right. Jimmy's saying, well, at least Jacoby will get more run with Scott out. That'll be good for him. Yeah, some people are wondering, Chris Boucher should benefit from this also and getting back into the rotation possibly. Yeah, it'll be good for people like Mobo also. Scott's out, and Jonathan kind of jumped in and tried to do his best Scott impersonation. Of course, in some ways, Jonathan can do some of what Scott does because he's really understands him. He said, "What's Scotty do when he's out? I'm going to do what he does, and I'm going to get in there and try and be my best version of Scott. He can't do exactly what Scott's going to do, but he can do some of it. And I think Mobo will be one of the people that's covering up for Scotty's absence." Who knows? What are you starting today? Let me speculate about the starting lineup for today. What do you guys think the starting lineup of the Toronto Raptors will be without Scotty in the lineup? Right now, the ESPN depth chart is saying Davion Mitchell will be starting at point guard with Grady Dick, RJ Barrett, Ochai Agbaji, and Jakob Poeltl. Now, they may be basing this mainly on who started so far the most this year. And Davion has started a lot of games for the Raptors, but it may not be Davion Mitchell. It may be that Darko's found that he enjoys having Davion off the bench as one of the first guys off the bench to really ratchet up the intensity on the defense, and that may be more worth it. In some ways, he may want to have somebody different, but who knows? Because Scott's out, maybe he needs a true point guard, and he's not feeling okay with running RJ Barrett as the primary ball handler with no real true point guard out there. So it may be very likely the depth chart shifts up. And this may actually give hidden opportunities to Jamal Shed, guys, honestly, because Davion may be the starting point guard and Shed is the straight up backup. But who knows? Maybe it's Walter. Maybe they put Walter in the starting lineup instead of Davion, and RJ Barrett is considered the point guard for tonight. That could very well be what they do. Seriously. Now, I would worry about ball handling duties, getting up the court and transition. But RJ, Jacoby, Grady, even Jakob recently has been bringing the ball up the court. It's weird when I see Jakob doesn't see any guy, an outlet for him to pass to, and he just decides, I'm going to dribble up the court and bring the ball over half court. Yeah, I have no problem with that. I mean, let's see what Darko decides. So speculation on the fifth starter for tonight with Scotty out. Who's it going to be, Raptor Freaks? Who do you think will be starting tonight as the fifth starter in the lineup with Jakob, RJ, Ochai, and Grady? Who will it be? Will it be Jacoby? Will it be Davion? Will it be Jonathan Mobo? Who knows? It could be any of those guys, honestly. Really could be. Yeah, let's see. Monique's saying happy about the IQ news. Seriously. Yeah, he's going to progress and hopefully be back very soon. We said mid-December. Well, it's mid-December pretty much right now. So come on back, IQ. You've been gone for too long, and we need our powerful players all available. Scotty's back out. Well, let's get a BQ going, at least with you and Barrett. How about that? Fiercey's here. Good to see MJ. Good morning to MJ. Holding it down in Ottawa for us. Good morning, fam, and happy Thursday. Trae Young stays traumatizing Knicks fans, and I'm here for it. Sorry, Milbester. Yeah, where's Milbester? Milbester, you can come talk to us and recap the New York game last night, please, sir. Can you come see us, Milbester? I'll do it just like at school.
Could Milbester please come to the principal's office, please? Announcement. Could Milbester please come to the principal's office right now, please? We need to see you, sir, in the office of the principal here. Milbester, come to the office, please.
You remember that kind of stuff? You're in grade school and somebody gets in trouble. Maybe announcing Johnny Harris, get to the office. Johnny Harris, get to the office right now. They get all mad and stuff like that. Some delinquent in their school did something. Yeah, something bad. That's right. Fiercey is got IQ on blast. I love to see it there. Yeah, that's IQ. Yeah, we still got to get the emoticons figured out. I'm sorry, Fiercey. I've just been sleeping on this. In some ways, it's like not been very high on my to-do list, and I've had a lot to do lately, apparently. So we're saying Jimmy Butler on the trade block. Houston, Golden State, leading suitors. Yeah, this is something that people are talking about right now because the deadline's coming up where they can start trading. People are eligible to be traded and moved around. It's in 3 days, actually, the 15th. And the list is weird. Like, they're even talking about LeBron getting traded from the Lakers all of a sudden. Like Rob Pelinka, they actually let sell them out, Braun and Bronny. Like there was an article this week that came out and said the Lakers would honor Braun's wishes to trade him with his son. If he's going to get traded from the Lakers, Bronny goes with him as a package. Yeah, this is so goofy. It's so goofy. I mean, I know the Lakers are not destined to do anything worthwhile or good while LeBron is still on that team, because in some ways, as much as he's the best thing going for them, he's also the worst thing. And they will need to move on from him. So do they go all the way to the gamut, the end of LeBron, and then nothing to show for the end of it? Or will they get some assets for him before that? This is an interesting thing. What if Braun and Bronny are Hawks all of a sudden? That would be so weird. Wouldn't that be weird if LeBron James was an Atlanta Hawk with his son all of a sudden playing in Atlanta? That would be very strange. But there's little rumblings that something like LeBron James could get traded by the Lakers, which is absolutely crazy. We could see that. And they're making money off of him. That's what they like about him. They make money off of LeBron. That's right. Jimmy could get traded. You're right. And this is a similar thing as LeBron in some ways. These are aged superstars that are, in some ways, I don't know. Maybe they're like, yeah, I need to cut you loose because we're going to start a new era. And we don't necessarily want you around, kind of hanging around. I don't know. I feel like Jimmy Butler should be there forever because in some ways he's heat culture, and he's an easy way to keep heat culture going is just to have him, even if he's not able to play as many minutes or he's bench or whatever. I think it's kind of dumb to trade him. That would be dumb. The list of people that are going to be eligible to be moved in 3 days is crazy, though. It's very, very crazy. You're going to have to see. And we'll have to see if there's any kind of flurry of activity around this deadline that's about to open up things a little bit. Yeah, it'll be very interesting. Fiercely saying NBA cared about the Lakers winning the first edition. They will probably aim for Celtics next year. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be that jaded. I would have said they would have aimed for the Celtics this year if they were really trying to shape things, but they didn't. Somehow the Celtics didn't get to the top 8. That's shocking to me. I mean, seriously, the Cleveland Cavaliers didn't either. This is crazy. Cleveland has the best record in the league. They came so crazy, but they managed to flub all their in-season tournament games so that they weren't involved in this. It's weird, man. In some ways, the IST is fun because it's kind of random. And some of the top teams, the Golden Boy teams that you think the NBA would push and try and give a leg up and help, they didn't get anywhere in this one. And I love it. No Lakers, no Celtics, no Knicks now. Yeah, no Cavs. That's weird. The Cavs have the best record in the league. How did they not get to Vegas? Well, they lost the games that mattered for the in-season tournament. That's why. And the same thing for the Celtics. I love it. Yeah, in some ways, Fiercey. Yeah, I know they wrote that script for LeBron to be the first ever NBA Cup MVP and his team to get the first one. But I don't know if they're exactly writing the script this year. If they are, they wrote it against the Warriors last night. That's for damn sure. Yeah. Jimmy saying Knicks fans got all excited by beating us. Laugh out loud. They ain't doing nothing. I know. Listen, you guys should be worried. Y'all needed the referee's help to beat us on Monday, and we're the lowly Raptors. No, shouldn't be beating anybody. Yeah, y'all should be worried. You should have had red flags after Monday. Not feeling, oh, we beat the Raptors in a close game. Oh, I'm so excited. No, you should be red alert. We almost lost the Raptors, and we were going to lose the Raptors until Tony Brothers saved their bacon. Woot. That's what y'all should have been. And, well, Atlanta Hawks took care of business, and they don't even have that good a team. I'm like looking at the box score for that game last night, and I'm like, who the hell beat the Knicks like this? The Knicks have Cat. The Knicks have McHale. The Knicks have OG. And they got beat by Trae Young and Jalen Johnson. They got beat by like 2 dudes. And then the rest of them, the same old crazy ragamatag Atlanta Hawks team that they always have. How the hell did y'all lose to the Hawks? Seriously, I don't understand this. Are the Hawks good? The Hawks aren't that good this year, right? I don't think they're that good. It's not like they added guys and they've lost people like DeJounte. So how the hell are the Hawks good? Are they good? We haven't seen them yet this year. So I can't talk about them personally because the Raptors have not played the Hawks yet this year. So in some ways, it's like, I wonder, are they good? Is that why they're here? Or is this just that New York fucked up? Then they dropped the ball. I don't know. It's weird. It's very, very weird. Very, 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 very weird. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what else y'all are saying. Smooth saying he's also said to be considering Brooklyn if he gets to free agency. You're talking about Jimmy still, Jimmy Butler. Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, Jimmy's so old. In some ways, he's not as much of a factor as he used to be. You know, he really is like Kyle. These guys are on their decline, and they're just happy to be in the league still, kind of traveling with teams still, but they're not anywhere near their old powers. You know, it just is what it is. Father Time will catch up with you. And that's just what it is. I mean, whatever. Jimmy Butler going to do this, going to do that, whatever. I don't see it. I still think he's going to stay in Miami because in some ways he is heat culture. And you lose Jimmy Butler, when in some ways you lost heat culture when you lost Kyle Lowry. You know, you lose more heat culture if you keep letting these guys go. Bam Adebayo is not the best leader for heat culture. Jimmy Butler is. I'm just saying. Let's see. Fiercey saying, yeah, the red court was extremely annoying. Mind you, my eyesight isn't that great. I wear glasses, but I honestly had trouble following the freaking ball. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I remember back in the day, hockey, you know, sometimes I'd have a hard time following the puck on the ice. And in some ways that made me not as big of a hockey fan because I couldn't tell where the hell the puck was half the time. So I remember Fox did this thing where they put a little fuzzy blue thing around it for a while in their broadcasts where you could actually very much see the puck because it was outlined with a little aura around it. Yeah, I could see that being a court that masks the ball, the red with the ball being orange and being really hard to see. So I get what you're saying, Fiercey. It's just, it had you seeing red. Yes. Smooth saying, being in New York City helps with his off-court endeavors for Jimmy Butler. Yeah, this is all good, man. I'm glad you have a special interest in Jimmy Butler's future career. I don't. I really don't. If this is good for him to go do that, maybe it will happen. But also, I'd say he fits like a glove in Miami. He has since he's been there. And I don't know. I think the Miami Heat may honor him and kind of want to keep him around. Jimmy Butler and the way his mentality is what Pat Riley loves. And I don't see Pat Riley, you know, just discarding Jimmy Butler all of a sudden. I just don't see this. I really don't. I really don't see it. Nako saying Jimmy'd be good for Golden State. Yeah, I just don't see this, guys. I just don't see this. Anyway, it's a weird topic. You guys are speculating trade stuff. We don't do that here. Remember, Trevor's saying, Lex, you have me cracking up so hard. There you go. I love it. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. I want to inform and entertain. Have I not entertained you? My stupid shit. And some of the crazy things I say. Trevor, I love you, man. And thank you for your words of wisdom. Everything you do, Trevor, is awesome. Smooth saying there was a blowback from Jimmy's agent to Shams. All in all, he accused Shams of fake news. Ooh, yeah, well, Shams can be manipulative and causing problems. And since he's the new Woj show, he has a lot of power. And that can be an issue for people, especially if he's putting out bullshit that ain't true. You know, that's a problem with these guys. You know, Winders is another one. He's going to put out fake news sometimes. Watch. Nako said, I think Jimmy's their best player, not by a wide margin. I think he was maybe 2 years ago, but he's not anymore, Nako. He's not anymore. The best player on the Heat right now is either Bam Adebayo or Tyler Hero. And it's depending on how much you value defense. In some ways, Bam misses a lot of shots, but he's absolutely essential for the Miami for any success. Because he does so many things for them on a team that doesn't really have a whole lot of players in the depth chart that are adequate like he is. So I would say if you're going to talk to me about the most valuable player on the Miami Heat is Bam Adebayo, because without him, they're screwed. They're screwed down low, no defense and no rebounding. Teams will just go down low and own them the points in the paint. In fact, when Bam Adebayo is out of the game, they're in trouble. Kelly Ware ain't ready yet. And Thomas Bryant, he's not good enough. So it is what it is. It's just what it is. They're a small team on the down low, and the only big they have is Bam. So that's why I would say that. And honestly, Tyler Hero is more their closer and their steady shooter for them at this point. Jimmy was a couple of years ago. They're kind of get the bucket, Jimmy buckets. but now it's more hero. So I don't know. I had to disagree, and it's really partly because of the 2 games I've seen him play against us this year. He has looked older and slower, and he may have been a little bit hurt in that second game where he couldn't finish the game. But it's not the same Jimmy Butler that was around 2 years ago. I'm just going to say that right there. Yeah. Wayne saying couldn't help not watch the ending of the game last night. Complete pleasure seeing New York crash out and Fred moving on. Rockets are awful. OKC all the way with our Canadian content. There you go. Sergeant Wayne putting in his vote like me that he feels like the Thunder are going to win this NBA Cup this time. I feel good too. Yeah, the Rockets only beating the Warriors by 1. And yeah, Freddie didn't have really a good game. He was like 3 for 13 or something from the field. It was Sengun and some of their bench players that really stepped up for them and carried Houston to this victory. But, Fred's going to have his parts and what he does, the little things, being a floor general and kind of keeping the pulse on the game to try and keep them going in the right direction. Anytime you look at a box score, and even though Fred may have a bad shooting night, he's having an impact, trust me. He always did for us, even though nobody wanted to believe it. Yeah, I'm with you, Wayne. My rooting interest is with the Thunder for the rest of this thing. And you know what? On the down low, in some ways, I don't know. The 2 Eastern teams, Atlanta and Milwaukee, have no dog in the race. So, yeah, in some ways, I will root for Fred individually. But in some ways, I think we're right. The Oklahoma City Thunder are most likely to take this whole thing by the end of it. I think that's true. And part of it is because we saw them recently, and they are very good. We saw them last week. They're very, very good. Fiercely saying Marquise Noel was very outspoken on his greatness, and I commanded the confidence. The difference with Davion is that he has proven he can definitely help the NBA level and still has room to grow. Every athlete in any sport has to balance their own ego and reality. And in some ways, you got to have the ego to push yourself further because you believe you can. But sometimes you can be a little bit not with reality, with your ego. And I think that was part of what was happening with Noel last year, sadly. I mean, he had big dreams and he wanted to speak them into existence. Well, in some ways there's reality and reality hits. Davion may be on that sliding scale, what he's saying right now with what Noel did last year. He may not be successful. This may be absolutely crazy what he's saying about being on the defensive team. He'll get ignored, but at least he's doing it and he's trying and he's politicking. And well, at least he's got young Scott Wayne Barnes' vote because he's putting him on blast on his Instagram. We'll have to see. I like his confidence. And, in some ways, Davion Mitchell, he's doing things the right way. Like he said, he knows he's going to have success in the end. He may have failure at times. He's been making his 3 pretty good the last couple games. The last game he made both his attempts. So, we'll have to see. He's an evolving person. And I'm curious to see more and more from him because he is a factor on defense. He definitely is. Cool Cat's here. Good morning, Raptor Freak crew. I was to shout Fred VanVleet's leading his Rockets team and impacting their culture. I love to see our Raptors alumni, Siakam, OG, VanVleet, success on their new teams and in the NBA industry. Yeah, good for them. Good for Freddie. We got Gary and the Milwaukee team going into the next round, and we got Freddie and the Rockets team, and we got SGA and our Lou Dort. And, yeah, so we've got a couple of rooting interests in this NBA Cup quarterfinal. Or semifinal, I guess it's semifinal now. Yeah, in some ways, I'm proud of Freddie, and I'm proud of the work he has done in Houston the last 2 years with Coach Udoka. And, they really have turned that franchise around. Rockets fans, y'all need to respect Fred. He may not be perfect every night. He may have nights where he shits the bed with his shooting. But overall, this man is a positive net effect for your franchise. So have some respect. That's what I would say to Rockets fans. And don't make some of the same toxic mistakes that Raptors fans made up here about how you feel about Fred VanVleet. Seriously. Smith saying Butler would be a great addition to Houston. He would ensure a deep run in the playoffs for that team. I don't know if he's necessary. I really don't think he's necessary for that team. I think that they've got a good balance of vets on that team with the youth. With Dylan Brooks is really that role right now for them. They don't need Dylan and Jimmy because they're kind of the same position, and in some ways they're kind of the same kind of role on a team. So I think that would be overkill. I know you're a longtime Houston fan historically, and in some ways maybe you're looking for the last piece to help the Rockets go deep in the playoffs. He would probably help in some ways, but maybe there's too much stepping on toes as far as with Brooks. And that's what I would worry about. My villain, Dylan. Jimmy Butler showed up there. He'd probably eat his minutes up. And that'd be no good. No good. Nameless is here. My Italian plumber friend. Nameless is in the house. Buongiorno, my paisano. And Nameless. That's right. We would do our franchise such a service if we finish in the bottom. We're talking generation wealth. Buy the dip, which is easier said than done than because it tests your convictions. What? Wait, what? What are you saying, paisano? Oh my gosh. No. No, we do what we naturally do, Nameless. We cannot guide this car into the ditch just because somebody told us we get a good insurance claim. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to drive the car into a brick wall to total it and go get some money from the insurance company. No. No. Darko wants to win. The guys want to win. They want to learn how to win. They have to continue to strive to win. And if we can't win because Scotty's out, well, we can't win. So, I mean, look, injury will stop us from winning. If we have injuries, and we do have a legitimate injury to Scott, which sucks, and that means he's out. So it makes it harder for us to win. So we just naturally have to come in there with the personnel we have, try our best. Darko's got to do the best to try and build us up and win. It's not about losing on purpose. No. We're not wrecking the car on purpose. We're not setting the family business on fire to collect an insurance claim. No. There's too much risk in that. We built too much to destroy it all. That's right. Classic card, Trevor. All right, we'll do a classic card right now. 9:46 is the time on the clock. So I know where to go back to reclaim the chat when I'm done with the classic card. Let's see who we got today. Is this one too easy? Okay, yeah, this is a good one. All right, y'all. Let's see who knows the classic card of the day. Full name answer. Don't give me a half name. Somebody will seagull that thing from you like a French fry. Come and take it from your French fry plate like a seagull would at Ontario Place when it was still open. All right, here we go. Here's a classic card. Do you know who this is? This is a weird one. And afterwards, I'll tell you a little bit about this player real quick. Like, who is that? Kind of looks like Oshai with no hair, doesn't he? Looks like Abaji with no hair, doesn't he? Yeah, let's see. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Who is that classic card today? Who is that? Who is that? He's in the middle there. Can you see? Time Lord. What? All right, Mike. First of all, what are you doing, Doctor Who? Come on now. You got a TARDIS and a little canine dog? Because we don't do nicknames for the classic card. You know that, Mike. So get out there with this garbage. Get that garbage out of here. No, Mike. No. I said classic, Mike. You think Time Lord is classic? No, you may have a classic name, but no, this is not Robert Williams. Come on now, Mike. That's half-assing. Seriously. That's not even half-assing. That's just like pseudonym assing. That's like nickname assing. Yeah, no. Full name, please, sir. That's not Robert Williams. Does that look like Robert Williams? That looks like Oshai a little bit. Doesn't it look like Oshai a little bit in the face? I think it looks like Oshai Abaji a little bit. But no, this is a classic card, Mike. This is not a recent player. Blackhawk's going to say Al Horford. That's pretty recent. And no, it's not Al Horford. That's too recent, too. This player has a connection to the Raptors. This guy has a connection to the Raptors, this classic card today. In fact, I might even say this. This guy currently works for the Raptors. You guys don't know who this is. This guy's currently working for the Raptors. And I don't know if I can tell you much more to help you with this in some ways. Yeah. You think that's Carlos Rogers. That's not a bad guess. That's more the right time period. That's definitely more the right time period. Carlos Rogers was in the league when this guy was in the league. So that's the right time period, Stargate, but it is not Carlos Rogers. It does kind of look like him in the face a little bit. This is a bad picture of this guy. It in some ways doesn't really look like him. So it'll be interesting. Let's see. Mike's saying it's hard to date the Boston jerseys. They never change. This is very true, Mike. This is very, very true, what you just said. Those are the same Boston jerseys. But like I said, let's see. Is that date down there? I don't know. Let's see. Ben Uzo. That's a fantastic guess, Monique. It is not Ben Uzo, but that is the right department that this man works in. That's right. This is the right department of what Ben Uzo works for the Raptors. Well, this guy works in that same department. just so you know. So that's a very good guess. Monique has the best guess so far. Our former Raptor that got a triple-double, Ben Uzo. Very nice man. Tom Duke and I met him one night at Real Sports. Very, very nice guy. And he was very impressed that we knew that he had a triple-double in the league. And he's like, you guys know I had triple-double? Yeah, we're Raptor Freaks. We know everything about stuff. And it's a pleasure to meet a man who got a triple-double in a Raptor jersey. That's right, Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley's another good guess, but this guy is a little bigger than him. This guy's a swing. He's a guard forward, so he's a little bit bigger. And, man, this is tough. This guy was never really a starter for – well, he did start a little bit for the Celtics for a little while in there. But, yeah, where's Smoot? Smoot's here, but I don't know. This is a tough one. I think it's because of the angle of the shot that he's looking really Abaji right now. He's looking very Abaji with the high cheekbone structure. But, yeah, I think this is tough. I'm really interested to see how you guys are doing. I might give you all 300 points for whoever gets this because we're having a little bit of a struggle today. Should I give you clues about his name? And that may give it away right there. If I give you a clue about his name, you might be able to figure it out. That's sometimes what I got to do if you all are struggling too much. So, all right, let's just say this. I want to word this right so it doesn't just straight up give it. Amir Johnson's a good guess, but he's too recent too. He's too recent. Tobias Harris, no, too recent. We've got the frame of time, which is Carlos Rogers. Carlos Rogers is a first team of Raptors, expansion Raptors. So we're talking about 90s players. You guys are naming players in the 2000s, 2010s. No. This is a 90s player. It's a 90s player right here. I will say this. All right. Alvin Robertson, no. That's a good around the time guess. But that's not right. All right. For his first name, he has the same first name as an animated Canadian cartoon where the main character gets drunk all the time, and he has parents that fight each other all the time. And it is a very catchy song for the show. It's a Canadian cartoon that was on Comedy Central for a long time. And yeah, if you know the one I'm talking about, he was a boy and he would drink and he'd drink like crazy stuff and get all weird. And he had like a friend that was imaginary, and his parents were criminals and they would fight each other. And the mother would talk like, what are you doing, Piercy? So he has the same first name as that great Canadian cartoon character, if you know the one I'm talking about. And the last name, well, let's just say they would be partnered with Proctor. That's all I'd say right there. So if you can get those two names together, you can figure out who this is. First name is a great Canadian cartoon character that people probably don't think about anymore. And then his last name, well, you got the last name, Mike, but you're wrong on the first name. Yeah, you know the last name. So I said partner with Proctor. That's pretty easy right there. Procter & Gamble is right. Gamble is his last name. So you figure out the last part. Somebody will know this from that. Who knows this player then? And this is a current scout for the Toronto Raptors. What? There you go. Carlo figured it out. He got it in first. It's Kevin Gamble, guys. Kevin Gamble is a scout currently for the Raptors. He has been a scout for the Raptors for about 20 years, actually. So he's been a part of our franchise for a while. Yeah, Kevin Gamble is the name. The cartoon character was Kevin Spencer. I don't know if y'all ever remember Kevin Spencer. He's a piece of work. Kevin Spencer. Kevin Spencer. Do you remember that cartoon, Kevin Spencer? That was such a weird cartoon that was on Canadian TV. It wasn't on in the States. Nobody saw it down there. Kevin Spencer. Something's wrong with that kid. Kevin Spencer. So good. Well, Kevin Gamble is right. You never seen Kevin Spencer? Mike, you need to go look up Kevin Spencer. That's a show that you would enjoy very, very much. Yeah. Mike Batiste? No, this is Kevin Gamble. Kevin Gamble is a scout for the Raptors, and he scouts around the world helping Masai find the talent. So, yeah, that's who this is. So is Carlo. Carlo, once again, getting it. I'm going to give you 300 points, Carlo, because for some reason we were struggling with that one. Carlo's gotten the classic car of the day 4 days in a row, y'all. Carlo is shooting up the charts on the Raptor Freak trivia points standings because he just got 300 more points. Carlo, you're cleaning up, man. You've got You've got 800 points in the last 4 days from the classic card. So you're shooting up there, man. You're shooting up there, man. We're going to have to see what that standings is, David Saborin, Commissioner of Trivia. So do the adding up, the addition, and let us know what's up. Yeah, really good stuff. Wow, that took a little while, but it was fun. And I got to talk about Kevin Spencer. Something's wrong with that kid. Y'all watch it. If you haven't seen it, it's the most ridiculous cartoon ever. It's kind of like Trailer Park Boys animated is really what it is. Nameless saying, but if you believe in our young core moving forward in the quality of this draft, buy the dip and take another high draft pick. I don't think we need to do this to do this. Once again, nobody needs to be encouraging us to lose on purpose to get a high draft pick to save us, Nameless. We could have the 5th pick or the 6th pick or the 10th pick, and we'd pick gold, just like Grady Dick and Jacoby Walter. We just don't play by the same rules, Nameless. The other teams, they can make mistakes with high draft picks, Alexar and Zachariah Rizacker, but we don't, because wherever we're going to make it happen. And we hit on all shots this year. If that's not a testament to what I'm talking about, Nameless, well, look at the 5 rookies we got this year. They're all hit home runs. None of them were whiffs. None of them are busts. They're all quality already. Jamison Battle, Jamal Shed, Jacoby Walter, Jonathan Mobo, Ulrich Shamshay. These guys weren't picked in the top 10. Jacoby was picked in the top 20, but for the rest of them, none of them were anywhere near that. And look what we've got. So why the hell do you think we need to lose to get something high in the draft pick? No, we don't, because we can get whatever we want, wherever we want, because Masai's like that. That's what I'm saying, bro. So no, Nameless. Pause. No. Take another dip to get another high draft pick? No. Wayne's saying we have expectations due to the fact that Masai has 2 last years on his contract. I've heard that that's how when his contract runs out, but I don't know if that's exactly true. It's not totally clear when Masai's contract runs out. It's not totally clear. In some ways, somebody has said that, but I don't think that's exactly true. He may have an option to be even longer. So we'll have to see. In some ways, this is, it may have to do with Larry. Larry Tenenbaum's supposed to step down either next year or the year after. And then maybe that will coincide with some shifts and changes. But I'm going to say this. Listen to Keith Pelly recently on the 905 game, the way he talks. He wants to win. He wants the good people around. And if Masai Ujiri is doing a good job, that's a less headache for him, because in some ways the Leafs are a headache for him as far as trying to get them all shipshape with their management and things that they got going on, although they're doing better now. That's what I'm saying. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And if Masai Ujiri is doing a good job, and he's showing it this year by the rookies. The rookies are showing that Masai does a good job right now. And that, I'm just saying, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what the contract extension or possibilities are. Smooth saying Jalen Green in first gets it done for Jimmy Butler. Houston, do it. Yeah, you're just being a Houston freak right now. In some ways, I don't have time for these fan fictions, Smooth. I'm sorry, Reggie. In some ways, I know you want to see the Rockets get further and further. Well, maybe it'll happen. But once again, this is not reality. It may be reality at some point. Maybe I'll talk about it then. Yeah, Nako's saying Wiggins and Joku and pick for Jimmy. You become at least 3rd best in the West, maybe 2nd. Wait, what are you guys doing? You working for the Warriors, Gerald? And obviously Smooth works for the Rockets. Y'all are suited. You're like treating him like he's Dame Lillard a couple summers ago. We want you here, Dame Lillard. We want you here, Jimmy. Whoa. Bells to the ball. Jimmy Butler's hurt right now. And in some ways, he's not the impact that y'all think he is to an extent. He is not. Trust me. We might even see it tonight, just how his sword is dulled at his age at this point. He's not the same guy as he was in some ways. He used to be in smaller doses. Wayne saying, wishing all the best for Scotty's recovery. Hope he watches lots of videos on his plays with the coaches. Scotty needs a little bit of controlled aggression. Not saying change, just more control. Yeah, I mean, this is something I knew from the start, that he's going to need to evolve and learn how to control more of the NBA game, because he's just like that. Like, Scotty is a special player, just like LeBron, just like Magic Johnson. Then players like those are superstars, and they can change the game how they want to and shape it. Scotty, in some ways, has been passively just kind of floating through the games and not fully exerting his full powers to change the game and shape it the way he wants to. In some ways, he doesn't totally fully understand how to do it, to connect the dots to make it happen, but he's learning more and more. In fact, that was one of the hidden byproducts of him getting hurt last year and sitting on the bench with Garrett Temple and the vets. He was able to hear them talk and maybe a little bit more of like figuring it out from seeing it from the outside. And well, that's part of why he's changed a little bit this year, is because he has an outside perspective from sitting so much. I want him to realize who he is and just how powerful he is and just how much more you could do when you direct it in the right way and you're very smart about when to go and do this and do that and do that and save your energy for this and do this winning play here and do that and then carry the team at this point. And then take, block by OG as personal and get up and say, yeah, I want to change this game and the direction it's going, and show OG, you just humiliated me by blocking me. I'm going to go and get you at the other end. In some ways, I want that fire from him. I want that competitive fire to look across the court from him, and his counterpart is Cade Cunningham, and say, I'm going to beat Cade tonight. And I want to beat his ass in scoring and everything else that has to do with basketball. That's what I want Scott to wake up and realize, that in some ways it's a versus sport. In some ways you play as a team player and you collectively take the win and the loss as a team. I know that. But it's still individuals make things happen in this league. And Scotty, you're an individual who can make things happen. You just got to continue to discover and realize more what those things are. And I believe in him. The progression has been there, and you're seeing it more and more as time goes on. So who knows? Maybe fifth year Scotty comes back next year, and he's even more powerful and dominating. We'll have to see. I'm hoping this for him more and more. Yeah, Trevor's saying my favorite steakhouse in Miami is Camisero Steakhouse. Camisero. Okay. Very, very cool. That's not where he was last night, though. Kaz is saying, I hope Mobo gets to start, Lex. Yeah, I mean, it's a good little plug-in, but I do have concerns about the ball handling without a true point guard in there. Then that may very well be why Davion will get the start. It's because they don't trust anybody else to be the straight-up point guard. With Scott, you can do that. If he's available, he's not available, then they may default to Davion. There's no IQ, so he's not going to do it. So, it may be Davion Mitchell just because they want the point guard. But who knows? Maybe, you want Mobo. I wouldn't mind Mobo myself. I wouldn't. But that means RJ's the point guard. Wayne's saying, sorry, I'm not hot on Shed. Shooting, not a threat. Jakob needs his touches. If Shed understands to feed the big guy, we're good. Yeah, Shed has his own different things that he's got to totally clean up and get better at to be the best NBA pro he can be. And he is very aware that his shooting is something he's got to get better. And I think that we've seen signs of him doing better with it. I mean, there's been a lot of confident strokes where he's actually made them. There was that one crazy shot he made with the shot clock running out where he just lofted it and it went in. And that shows like a baller winner mentality, that he was aware of the shot clock and he just had to get it going and he made it. So I don't know. It's too early to tell anything completely with Jamal Shed. I don't think he's like Davion. As far as like Davion shooting and stuff like that has been kind of like, I think Shed can come around and get it there. I really do. I think that Shed's going to improve his shooting every single year because that's the character of who he is and where he comes from, Sampson as a coach at Houston. So I believe in him. I know right now he's not. Maybe one of the problems with the Raptors right now is our point guards are not offensive threats that garner a lot of attention by the defense on the other side. But you know what? They can surprise people and all of a sudden, start hitting their threes. And then all of a sudden they do have to guard them better. But I get this gripe about Shed and Mitchell. I get it. Let's see. Mike's saying Jimmy's agent called Cap on Shams and cooked him on X. There you go. I like that. Keep them in their place, especially if they're wrong. Wayne's saying box score doesn't tell the whole story. They have a good perimeter players. They're very tall and shoot well. Not saying they're great, but they're not lazy. I'm not sure who you're talking about because we jump around so much. Let's see. Mike's saying Bernard Lee, Jimmy's agent, went in on Shams. Good. Do that. Yeah, go in on Shams. Stargate saying, is there a way the team could call up Eugene? I really like his energy, even if it's just a rebound and set screens. Well, he could have been AJ Lawson instead. In fact, he may have been one in the top 5 candidates that Bobby Masai looked at to put the two-way on. They may have very strongly considered getting Omoruyi. Yeah. I thought that was the likely choice, honestly, if we were going to stay in an organization. But we have to remember, the Raptors do not have to pull players from their own G League team. They can do what they just did and steal the best player off the Long Island Nets and bring him to us. In some ways, the Nets don't have AJ Lawson on a two-way. Well, they come in, we seagull them, just like the Thunder seagulled Brandon Carlson. So it is what it is. And that commenter came in and said, we made a mistake because now we've waived DJ Carton and we should have kept Brandon Carlson instead. Listen, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Everything happens in a certain order of things. We can't selectively change the past because of new details we find out now. We don't have a time machine, Marty McFly. And obviously, yes, we know DJ Carton was going to re-aggravate his ankle and not have even more setbacks and not be anywhere close to coming back. Yeah, maybe we would have changed our two ways differently and cut DJ Carton instead of Brandon Carlson, but we can't woulda, coulda, shoulda this shit. And I stand on my opinion on Carlson, that he's not going to go anywhere in the NBA. And honestly, my opinion is getting proven right while he's been in the Thunder so far. This man's playing garbage time. He's not done anything substantial. And even on the Oklahoma City Blue, it's not like he's ripping it up like something crazy. I'm telling you, he's too weak to hold any position of strength in the lane. And the center has to have that. If he's weak, that he can just be pushed right out there and he's not a force or any kind of resistance, well, the points in the paint go up for the other team. And you can't have that. I don't care how good he shoots threes. I don't care if he can block shots here and there. If he can't hold position in the paint, he's a useless big in the NBA. And that's part of why my knock was on him like this. I don't give a shit if he looks like a Hemsworth brother. I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. He is not able to play defense down low in the paint. He should not be in the NBA. It's like, players like that, you got to be very special, like Chris Boucher, if you're going to be around this league like that. And Brandon Carlson's not special enough in some ways, is what I'm saying. So I have no problem with this. The commenter came in and say, we shouldn't have cut Brandon Carlson. That was a mistake by Masai. I don't think so. Because honestly, at the time he made the decision, DJ Carton was going to be healthy and coming into the team. What woulda, coulda, shoulda? We didn't know DJ Carton was getting hurt like this. I wouldn't change anything. And in some ways, we'll see in the end whether Lex is right about Brandon Carlson. That's right. Wayne's saying Oshai needs to be a factor tonight. We need his input on an impactful level on both ends of the court, too. Yeah, he's always going to give that good effort on the defensive end. But, yes, we need him to chip in offensively. And they were asking the guys about this in the practice after Scotty went down, asking Grady Dick, with Scotty out, what are the kind of things that you need to do to step up to fill in the void of Scotty? That, what do you do? Do you do more of the passing and the little things that Scotty does? And Grace is like, yeah, we just got to try and play the best we can, next man up mentality, and fill that void. And that's not easily done. Scotty is a premium player that adds so many different things all the time at the same time. And that's a tough task to try and replace Scott. But, hey, we're going to have to do it for right now. And, Oshai will have to do his chip in to go a little bit above and beyond to help fill that absence. Was what I'm saying right there. Yeah, Trevor said Atlanta Hawks have been playing good basketball, beat a lot of teams, Cleveland twice. There you go. So they maybe they are getting things together right now. Maybe getting rid of Murray was addition by subtraction. Interesting. I know I've heard a lot of hype about Jalen Johnson. Some people are promoting him as better than Scotty Barnes, and I just laugh at them. But maybe there is some truth to Jalen Johnson making huge jumps this year and having a huge factor in why the Hawks are winning games they shouldn't be winning. Could be right there. That's right. Let's see. Carlos saying Atlanta has that Project 6ix9ine with Trey going on. Interesting. That's what's going on at Kongwu and those guys. Fiercely saying it's refreshing not to be massively part of trade conversations and rumors. Past few years was so annoying with the chatters around Fred, Spicy, OG, and Trent. Yeah. In some ways, I would just say this, that the Raptors this year, because we did all the flux last year and had so much turmoil and change in our team, it's not likely we're going to do that this year. And people know that, and they're kind of laying off of like pushing all these narratives. In some ways, maybe there's a couple of our guys that may be attractive trade pieces for contending teams. Chris Boucher being one of them. Jakob, people have tried to say, is somebody that people would love to have and acquire if they could. But I don't think that the Bobby and Masai are in a period where they're looking around. I know they're always got the kind of their ear to the wall to hear what's out there and what's available and what could be possible. But I don't think they're actively engaged or serious about making any kind of trades or moves this little period that's coming up right now. Partly because we really do need to continue with this group and continue to see. And nothing's wrong with what's happening right now. It's not like we're having a negative time other than we're not winning. We are doing very good positive things, and it's like the team is in a good place. So once again, like the Knicks shouldn't have screwed things up so much this summer. I'd say why mess around with this? If things seem like they're trending in the right direction and you want to just continue to see where the growth and development gets you as far as gains, why do you need to go and acquire somebody to come save you right now? In the position we're in with our franchise right now, it doesn't make any sense. Continue to develop your young guys and go forward with the group, the cast that you casted for this season. And so, yeah, it's nice to not have all that buzz. Last year, there was a lot of it because there was confusion. And we knew that OG and Pascal in some ways had to be figured out by the end of the year. Yeah. Yeah, it is nice to not have this going on right now. That's right. Stargate is asking Nameless, are you under 35? I don't think he is. No, I don't know how old the Paisano Plumber is. He's just, I don't know. That's just his own personal opinion. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that, tank commanders and tank people, they're going to be what they are. In some ways, I do get a little sick of talking about it over and over again. But, at each moment, I think that because Scotty got hurt again, this is a valid thing that people are going to come around again and say, well, Scotty's hurt again. We need to start tanking again. It's not that we're tanking. We never have. It's just we're trying our ass off and we're not winning because we don't have the expertise to close games out against better veteran teams that know how to close the games out. That's it right there. Fiercely saying, Lex, saw a comment on the Hawks fan page. They were saying their team is weird. They keep losing, yet beat teams like Cleveland and Boston. That's pretty cool. I like that. In some ways, that's kind of fun. You may be Hawks fans. You're like, oh, our team is so weird. We're supposed to be middle of the road, but y'all are rising up and beating the best teams. Hey, that's awesome. Y'all should be celebrating. It'll be a lot. It's a very cool thing. That's right. All right, here's all the answers for the classic card. Very, very good job. It took some detective work, but we figured it out. It was Kevin Gamble, and Carlo got it just before Smooth. Yeah, and Fiercey said Googled it, but won't say. She went and looked it up, but she figured it out. No cheating from her. She, if you can get it off the top of your head, that's much better for sure. Mike said, I've never seen Kevin Spencer. I'm telling you, you got to watch that show. It's not very good animation. In some ways, it's along the lines of South Park. I would say that maybe Kevin Spencer is the Canadian version of South Park. In some ways, I think that's very apropos. Kevin Spencer, something's wrong with that kid. It was on Comedy Central, like around the turn of the century, y'all. Around 2000, that's when it was on. And it had a few seasons, and it's absolutely ridiculously silly and weird. Yeah, very, very strange. Very, very strange show. Watch it, Mike. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to look it up, and you're going to watch some of it, and you'll be like, holy shit, why didn't I never see this? Blackhawk, you thought this was Mike Batiste. Well, unfortunately, Mike Batiste barely played in the NBA. So, no, it wasn't our guy, Bulldozer, our great assistant coach, Greek League legend. That's right. Stargate saying Kevin's been with us for a while. Didn't know he was a Celtic. Yeah. Yeah, he was a Celtic primarily in his career. He was also a Miami Heat player for a while. Kevin Gamble. He was on the team with Reggie Lewis. That's how far back he was as a Celtic. And in fact, when Lewis died, Gamble was one of the guys who kind of jumped in and started for the Celtics after Reggie Lewis passed away suddenly from his heart condition that they didn't know about. Yeah, you guys know about Reggie Lewis and how he was a star for the Celtics. He was a starter, and he was on his way to becoming an all-star, but then he died in practice one day from a heart defect. This is part of the reason why they had the fitness to play panel, and it really set back the Celtics. They had Len Bias happen to them, and then Reggie Lewis. But Kevin Gamble was around then, and he played on the team on the bench, but then he had to start for a while after that. Let's see what else y'all are saying in the chat. We'll keep going. We're about an hour and a half into the stream. We'll do about 2 hours. Let's see. Carlos saying, woohoo, because he got 300 points and he's moving on up like the Jeffersons. That's right. Mike saying, I thought the show was like Jacob Tutu or something. Laugh out loud. No, Jacob Tutu is an interesting story by a Canadian author. Very, very weird. Jacob Tutu and the Hooded Fang. Yeah, I read some of those books. Those were books. They did make some cartoons and TV adaptations of Jacob Tutu. No, this isn't as sinister in some ways. It's just stupid. Kevin Spencer's very, very stupid show, but it's so mind-numbingly entertaining. Even though it's really, really, in some ways, you could watch Kevin Spencer and your IQ will drop. I'm not gonna lie. Trailer Park Boys. Well, there's a lot of that kind of humor in it. A lot of like drinking humor and just kind of being a fuck up white trash person. That's what Kevin Spencer's all about. That's right. Being white trash. That's right. It is very, very trashy show. Very, very trashy. I'm surprised some of y'all don't know about it. Nobody's talked about it at all. If you've watched Kevin Spencer, please tell me in the chat. I want to know if it's real. Was it a real show? Did it actually happen? Or is this something that just came into my mind as some sort of delusional thing like Kevin does on the show? He drinks like cough syrup or something. He drinks like some crazy concoction and he has trips. And then all of a sudden this wisecracking, cussing duck shows up. It's like, man, you need to do this and do that. And he's like, takes advice from this imaginary duck in his life. Well, was that show a whole imaginary show to me? Is that what it is? Nobody knows about it? Oh my gosh. Somebody please tell me Kevin Spencer exists. Please. Blackhawk saying Scotty being out needs next man up. Team only gets better when Scotty comes back. We will be humming. This is opportunity. And this is a good opportunity for more time for our rookies. And in some ways, what's the goal right now? Is it to just outright win? Amos thinks no, it's not to win. It's to develop our guys and get as much time for people like Jacoby Walter and Jonathan Mobo. That's right. Randolph's here. Good to see Randolph Phillips. Game day blessings. Love Raptor Freaks. Most informative gang. What are you grateful for in your life? Show your gratitude by aiding others and getting to where you are. There you go. Boom, that's a dynamite. Every day is great to celebrate gratitude for just the gift of life. And then, get out there and aid others. And you know what? Boom, you're being a service to people. Don't do it because you want notoriety. Don't do it because you want fame. Do it because it's the right thing to do for somebody. And don't put it on blast. Just go do it. Do something nice like what Trevor does for people at the grocery store. Do that today. It's the holiday season. It's the season of giving. And it is a time where a lot of people are struggling. And in some ways, people need help. So, yeah, I appreciate you, Randolph, for your words of wisdom. Please, blessings to the Phillips family and all the great Raptor Freak families out there. I appreciate you guys so much. And Leo, blessings to you also, Leo Routins. That's right. Mike saying there's a lot of teams that got high draft picks year after year and still haven't done much. The process isn't the way. Yeah, I just don't believe that. You can have tanking for high picks, and if you don't know what you're fucking doing, you'll just continue to tank and get high picks, and you'll be like the Wizards. I'm just saying, the thing we got to understand is with Cy and Bobby in charge, we will figure things out with whatever we get, and we will make the best of it. That's more important to me in some ways than just getting easy, cushy, easy stuff handed to us. Oh, you got the number one pick, Raptors. Well, that would be awesome, I guess, in a way. That'd probably mean Cooper Flag. But in some ways, it's like we make the best of what we got. And that's the thing that's badass about our front office. We really do. We make the best of what we got. That's right. Stargate saying Chev had a great live the other day when he spoke about tanking and getting high draft picks doesn't teach a team how to win. And our team needs to learn how to win. Exactly. And we are on that process. In fact, I'm really proud of how far along we are at this point. We're in December of a really, really tough schedule. In some ways, we're going to get through the really bad schedule after the NBA Cup is over. It'll be easier games. In fact, it's kind of already there. We're kind of already into the easier part of our schedule after the very, very difficult part. And in some ways, we've weathered this storm. We got 7 wins out of it, which isn't the best, but it also is better than like 2 or 4, So it's like, I'm proud that they've hung with most of these teams. There's not been very many routes. There's been maybe 3 routes this season. And every single other game was a close loss for the most part when we lost. And that says a lot because, like I said, in the regular rebuild of an NBA team, they really start at the bottom and they have to learn how to get even just in close in games at first. That's one of the stages of a rebuilding team is you're going to go against teams and they could be bad teams like the Hornets. And all of a sudden you're losing to them by 30. And you're like, oh, crap, this is where we're at. The measuring stick is we're losing to the Hornets by 30. Well, then hopefully next time you play the Hornets, you keep it close. Maybe you don't win, but at least you ate up the lead and it's not as huge a margin that you lost to them by. That's the thing we're not doing. We're not having major blowouts to bad teams. We're not having major blowouts to many of the main big teams either. So that means we're actually ahead in the rebuilding process. And it really does kind of portend to the future of being the Raptors are in good shape. Seriously. Because in some ways, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. And we are doing very well considering that. Yeah. Stargate saying, thinking that success is inevitable via tanking and accumulating high draft picks is immature. It's short-sighted and novice perspective. I won't totally disagree with what you're saying. I mean, I think that it's just that, you know what it is? People have to really keep a pulse on the NBA and how it changes year to year. You know, some people may think that the ways that they think about the NBA, they can apply them from the 90s, 2000s, 2010s. This has been part of the struggle for me, is because I realized what the sport used to be in the 90s NBA, and even the early 2000s, and it's changed. It's not the same league, and in some ways, I can't apply a lot of the stuff and the logic that I would to the world of Oakley to the world of now. But also at the same time, people need to be on the trends quickly. And one of the things that has happened in the last couple of years is that mediocrity in the NBA is not a death sentence. That was something that was taught everybody for so many years, because they're saying if you're either at the bottom or at the top, you don't want to be in the middle because you won't get anywhere, because you won't get substantial draft picks that are needle pushers to push you up to the top. So you might as well be all the way at the bottom and hit that home run and get a top generational talent like a LeBron James that will bring you to the top from all the way at the bottom. No, this is not the case anymore. I've been trying to say this for a couple of years now. The new salary cap, the way that Adam Silver wants this league to be, he wants parity. And that means teams can actually increase and improve from the middle now more than ever. And, fans can think about the way the NBA was 10 years ago with the Golden State Warriors rattling off a dynasty and think that that's still the NBA, but it's not. And that's the mentality that these people come in with, is from that period when they saw the Warriors just cleaning up, and the Cavs and the Warriors were in the finals every year. LeBron against the Warriors every single year. It was really disheartening. Well, the NBA didn't like this because people kept penciling in Warriors are going to win the championship. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, they're just going to win. So they're like, nah, we can't have this. And we're going to change the structure of the rules. And in some ways, they killed dynasties, guys. So what's going to happen is there's going to be different champions every year. In some ways, it's all going to be dependent on health and who's available. It's going to depend on chemistry and how well the team is getting the best out of their salary cap at each position and what they've invested in. If they're not getting returns on people like Lonzo Ball for a few years with Chicago, they're going to really struggle, because that's the amount of their salary cap that's not present and helping and contributing. So in some ways, it's a totally different league. It could be partly the healthiest team partly has a leg up because they didn't have any man hours missed in games, and they had got the best out of what they could get out of their roster and the people they pay. So mediocrity is fine in this league right now. In fact, you can take the stair steps from the bottom, like the Pistons are trying to do right now, get to the next level. The Rockets, same thing. The Rockets aren't jumping from a 200, 300 team to like a 600 team. No. They're like a 400 to 500 team, and now they're a little bit over 500, around 500. It's baby steps and stair steps that get up. You're not going to get a home run, get a Victor Wembanyama, and jump the Spurs from the bottom of the standings to the top of the standings next year. This is proven by Victor Wembanyama, that the Spurs launched themselves to the top of the league because they got the number one pick, the most generational player in recent times, like LeBron James. Victor Wembanyama has not added up to swinging them up to the top. So that's what I'm saying, y'all. In some ways, it's more on the management of the team than ever. And thankfully, we have one of the best general managers' offices in the league, because you got to manage all of your commodities and assets on your team with your salary structure and make sure you're hitting on all of them. And then you got to hit on rookies, too, that you're not paying as much to contribute and go above and beyond. And boy, are we getting that this year from our rookies. So that's just the way it is. It's a mediocrity can get you to the top at this point. There are stepping stones from through the middle to get the top. And everybody, that's the fallacy of everybody saying you got to tank to get somewhere in the league at this point. Maybe 10 years ago, but the league has changed. You're not keeping your pulse on the league and what's going, like the Raptor Freak is in his channel. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference right there. That's it right there. Mo's saying W stream, W vibes, Raptors for life. Keep at it always, Lex. Raptor Freak strong crew forever. Thank you, Monique. I love you. And thank you for being here this morning. Wayne, sorry, forgot the protocol. Box score comment was on the Atlanta Hawks. They have length on the perimeter, plus Capella shows up sometimes. Yeah, you know what? I'll go look at it real quick, and you know what? I'm going to see what you're saying right now. You know, I'm just there's no names, and in some ways, I look at their roster and I'm like, these are not better than the Hawks that I saw a couple years ago. It's really weird. I mean, all right, Trae Young was 8 of 22 from last night, 11 assists with 22 points. It's not like he was scorching, but they got DeAndre Hunter got 24 off the bench, 8 of 15 shooting. That's pretty good. And Jalen Johnson, 8 of 20. He didn't shoot that great either. The Hawks overall shot 41%. So how did they do this to the Knicks? Seriously. Knicks, you have way more talent than the Hawks, and y'all lost to them last night. That's pretty pathetic, honestly. I see that Rizacker was absolutely useless. Capella, yeah, he's very good. Double-double, 13 rebounds, 11 points. A double-double by Okongwu also. So those two guys are holding it down in the middle is what you're saying, and they're causing all kinds of good rim protection and rebounding and controlling the paint. And then you got Trae Young doing what he does like he always does. Okay, I see it. And even Dyson Daniels is doing some stuff for them. And then I can't forget about Bogdanovich off the bench, a real three-point shooter for them. Okay, so they're getting more out of Johnson and Hunter, and their big men are very much holding it down. That makes sense. I see what's up now. Thank you, Wayne, for pulling it to my attention. Stargate saying tonight, feed the yak early and often. As good as Bam is defensively, he is extremely undersized center and easy to post up. Yeah, I think that was part of our success against Miami is Jakob Poeltl, and hopefully we can continue to do this. Yeah. Some people were like watching the Raptors feed the other day, and they heard the announcers say Jakob Poeltl, and they were wondering how the hell do the Raptors announcers put an R in his name? There's no R in his name. Well, you don't know how to pronounce Austrian names. That's your fault, bro. It's Jakob Poeltl, and it's like a O with a little dot thing on there with the E. Well, in some ways, that's how you pronounce that in Austrian. So, yeah, go ask Arnold Schwarzenegger. He'd tell you that that's the proper pronunciation for Jakob Poeltl. Jakob Poeltl. And there's like people are like, why do the Raptors announcers put an R in his name? I don't see no R in there. Okay, Americans that are like, I'm American. We speak American here, okay? You speak English? No, we speak American. Okay, Mickey. Mickey Mouse, Goofy. Let's see. Stargate saying, learning how to win doesn't come via getting high draft picks, and this team has to learn how to win. Starting off intentionally trying to lose negates the teaching of how to win. There you go. That's just basic logic. I like that, Stargate. I like that. Wayne saying, take a look at the standings. We're 2 or 4 games from relevance. I'm still hopeful because we have it in us to accomplish it. I think we're going to be fine still, even with Scott out right now. Some people are just like, oh, no, Scotty's out again, and they're freaking out, and they're like falling into depression. Man, we can't control this. And Sky's going to be out. But you know what? Let's wish him speedy recovery. And honestly, I kind of like seeing things with us under tests like this. Like we said, you know, next man up. We're going to see some more from other people. And in some ways, guys have achieved to grow and to help fill the void. And that's actually a good thing. And I don't think Scott's going to be out as long as people think he is. So everybody's moaning and groaning. This isn't like the eye injury. He could be back within the next 2 weeks, and even 10 days. He could be back in 10 days, guys. Seriously. So let's just chill out, y'all, and we'll see how he feels. If he stays on it, he's on a walking boot, and it's hopefully helping him to not strain it further, and he can still get around. That's what's important right there. Yeah. Mike's saying the refs stole a couple games from us too. Definitely the Boston game. Yeah. I would say they stole the last 2 games from us too, Mike. I think they stole that Mavericks game and the Knicks game on Monday. And they were games at home where we had momentum on our favor, and they stopped us. They straight up stopped us with calls. And, yeah, that's true. We could have a better record right now. In some ways, well, they're going to hurt us and we can't win. Well, in some ways, that's what's helping Nameless's cause right there. That's what's helping him right there. That's right. Let's see. Randolph said, Lex, with the Canada Post strike, I'm disappointed with the high cost to mail a simple check to nonprofit charitable organization in a time when the help is so much needed. Yeah, that sucks. Is there any way we can do it electronically? That's what I would wonder. Randolph. I know maybe you don't feel safe sending money through the computer, but that may be the best alternative in this situation. I know this is really screwed up the holiday season in Canada for a lot of people. People are trying to send gifts. I saw Brett the Hitman Hart complaining on his Instagram to his fans saying, "I'm sorry about the Canada Post strike. I can't mail all my merchandising to you guys for your gifts for this holiday season. I'm deeply sadly disappointed in this." And I mean, I'm not mad at the strikers. I'm not mad at Canada Post workers. I'm mad at the people that won't pay them correctly. I'm always standing with the union. And it sounds like they try to union bust the Canada Post people by sending in scabs or something like that. I don't know. Either way, this is a mess. It is causing problems for a lot of different people right now. Canada Post being out. In fact, one of the ways it's affecting me right now is I got a new modem. I got an old modem I need to mail somewhere. And I can't mail it until Canada Post comes back to work. Otherwise, it's going to cost like an arm and a leg through a courier service. And that's the thing. The couriers are under extra stress and they jack up their prices when it's like this. So if you want anything shipped this Christmas to family, other places, you are paying it through the nose to get that stuff sent to them. So in some ways, I say this. You really want to do something for Christmas for somebody, send a nice message. Send a nice card if you can. Send an e-card. Don't send anything in the mail at all to strain the system. And once again, just because we're taught by Pavlov's dog that at the end of every year we're supposed to go around and buy gifts for everybody around us doesn't mean we have to actually do it. That's the consumer lie, and that's the economic driver of the powers that be to just spruce up the bottom line for their yearly earnings and profits right at the end by getting everybody out there and agitated economically to spend their money, maybe even money they can't really afford to spend because they feel social pressure to do it because it's Christmas and you have to. Yeah, I don't buy all that bullshit. In fact, I've told my family, I'm not buying y'all shit, and you ain't buying me nothing either because I'm not participating in this facade. In some ways, the thing that matters to me about Christmas is sitting at a dinner table with them, seeing their faces, talking to them, and enjoying their company. And in some ways, gifts are nice, and it is a great time to show appreciation for people. And I'm not saying anybody wants to do Christmas normal, go ahead, but don't feel like pressure to do it just because of this. And the Canada Post strike has really kind of dampened Christmas for a lot of people right now. I'm sure it has. It really has. Yeah. Wayne's saying no e-transfer available. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. E-transfer to that organization and just cut out Canada Post if you can. I would say Randolph. Yeah. Cass saying W Stream, W Lex, W Raptors, WRF crew. Let's have a good day, y'all, and drive safe, my guy. I know that there's been a little bit of wintry mix in Canada this past week with alternating snow and rain and snow staying on the ground and stuff like that. The roads can be slushy. I always want you to be safe. So I'm putting a blessing of safety and protection out there for our trucker Kaz whenever he's on the road. Because listen, these kind of jobs, I've done them myself in the past. You spend so many hours of the week on the road, in some ways that, you're putting your life at risk. That's just how it is. But you know what? If you're trained and you're always paying attention, you're doing a good job, you are a top-notch skilled driver, you are okay also. So yeah, I'm putting that protection out there for Kaz because he is a person who's on the road. That's right. Kaz saying, Lex, Canada Post has been running a deficit for years. They don't have money to pay the workers. Well, this sounds like, once again, one of these things where, like, I hate to say it, it's the PC government often short paying of institutions that are public institutions in weird ways to like try and cut costs or something like that, or do weird things. You cut services, whether it's the hospitals, our healthcare, whether it's the schools. Well, they're going to short pay the Canada Post so they can't pay the workers, and the workers are striking because they're not getting paid correctly. That's messed up. Come correct, government of Canada. We're paying these taxes. I'm sick of our tax money going to pet projects for Doug Ford and fucking spas and bullshit that he's trying to do for himself that has nothing to do with the public or the good for Canadians. So this is the problem. We need to stop electing con artists into office. They're going to short staff and short pay our public services, which we rely on. The Canada Post is important. And in some ways, if the governments have been shortening them for a long time and it's gotten to this point, that's messed up. And I blame PC government for this kind of shit. I don't blame the other ones because usually they're coming to pay people right. It's usually a symptom of the PC government not wanting to come correct and paying people for public services that we all enjoy. Because in some ways, they don't believe everybody should enjoy these public services like healthcare and education and having good postal work coming to moving our stuff around. It's the playbook of the Republicans down south, the same thing. Make shitty education, shitty healthcare so that they're privatized. People can come in and say, we're going to save you by making it privatized and give you a better service because the public service is so bad because they made it bad because they didn't give it funding. And then they're going to charge you on like the American healthcare system is. And we see how good that is. So don't fall for this racket. If you have a problem with healthcare, you have a problem with education, you have a problem with Canada Post being on strike right now, no, it's from shitty-ass conservative governments short paying these institutions to the point of this. Because on the download, they want to have their buddies come in and take over for the public and do it themselves and charge us and gouge us just like they do in the American system. So don't fall for this shit. Don't believe the PC government is on our side because they're not. They want to privatize things and give sweetheart deals just like Doug Ford is doing right now in the Ontario province. It's messed up, man. It's so messed up, and it pisses me off. Reject progressive conservative leadership at every level of the government because they're all fucking on one side and one thing, and that's what they want. They're going to pay a bunch of money to have Pierre Poilievre be in a commercial trying to show he's a nice guy and he's got a Canadian flag and a wife. He's fucking lying to you. He's going to fucking fuck everybody over just like Trump. And Doug Ford, your shitty ass little dumb commercial with Premier Doug Ford on your shirt. Yeah, you're a fuck too. So reject these guys. Seriously. They're a big part of the problems with education system, healthcare system, and things that are happening in Canada because they're doing this on purpose because they want to get rackets for their friends. And trust me, they get their own advantages from it, like re-election and money on the other side in places we don't see. So, yeah, that's what it is. All right, I guess I got the end of the chat, a little bit of a political rant right at the end. Let's do a recap real quick and see if I missed any of my tabs. The injuries for tonight, 3 Raptors are out, Scotty, Bruce, and Emmanuel. I'm speculating that Davion Mitchell will be starting, but we've thought about different looks, whether Jacoby, whether Jonathan. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Miami on the other side, they've got Jimmy Butler probable for today. He's probably going to play. It's his right knee. Pele Larson should be out. And Josh Richardson is out for sure. The referees for tonight are favoring the Raptors overall. Sean Wright favors the Raptors. He's the crew chief. Jason Goldenberg, the best ref in the league for the Raptors right now, is refereeing tonight. And then Robert Hussey, he favors the Miami Heat, the third ref, the junior ref on the squad. So, yeah, we're in good shape with that. Let's see. Yeah, y'all get on Blue Skies, and let's follow our great Raptors media like Josh Lewenberg and Blake Murphy, giving us all the great little deets. Let's see if there's any breaking news on Blue Sky that I need to see. He's just saying that AJ Lawson will not be available today versus Miami is what Josh Lewenberg said 2 hours ago on the Blue Skies. And Josh is talking a lot about Survivor on there. We had a great Survivor episode last night, 2 hours of Survivor. There's one more episode in the finale next week. And yeah, we got rid of some sociopaths last night. Goodbye to the 2 people who got voted out. I won't say who they are in case there's a spoiler. I don't want to spoil anybody watching it later. But yeah, the 2 people who got voted out of Survivor last night, I was high-fiving and happy to see them get the fuck out. Yeah, get the fuck out. Don't let the door hit you on the ass. That's right. Let's see. Happy birthday to John Salmons. Of course, John Salmons was one of the 4 players that got traded for Rudy Gay to Toronto from Sacramento. Happy birthday, John Salmons. You are 45 today. Happy 45th birthday to former Raptor John Salmons. You guys remember John? John Salmons. Get y'all's Raptor Freak fantasy basketball team set up on Yahoo. I don't know why we're having this crazy-ass, long-ass week. I've been playing for 2 weeks now, but I guess maybe it has to do with the NBA Cup and it having not as many games this week. It's probably what it is right there. So, yeah, that's all my tabs there, right there, guys. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow, Teresa Resch will be live on Instagram Live taking your questions about the Toronto Tempo. So, check it out for sure on that. Yeah, let's see what else y'all are saying real quick. Chriscom is saying, what's up with Bruce? These players are super soft. I don't know, Chriscom. You got any predictions for tonight? I would like Bruce to come back as soon as possible. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Bruce. It seems like it'd be smart to get some time out there and show him off if we're going to try and trade him somewhere. So, yeah, get back, Bruce. Stop wearing the cowboy hats. Start wearing the headbands, please. Get out there. Come on now. Nin's saying W Stream as always, Lex. I appreciate that, Nins. Thank you. And thank you for being here with us on the live today. Kareem's back. Good to see Kareem's back. My guy, Butt Dial's back. We missed you, full ass. Sup, y'all? I'm alive. Just checking in. Still going through it. Bless y'all, Raptor Freak crew. Man, prayers up for you, Kareem, as you're still navigating you're grieving about your grandmother, man. Our hearts are with you completely, man. Missed you on Sunday at the 9:05 game. But yeah, Kareem, we're going to make it January the 18th. If you can make it for Valley Suns on a Sunday at 2 p.m., we're going to come back. I had such a good time with Monique and everybody. We're going to do it again. And this time I want to try and sit courtside. My dream is to sit courtside at a 9:05 game. And I hope you can be sitting next to me, Kareem Thomas. That's right. But yeah, prayers up for you still as your family continues to grieve the loss of your grandmother, man. Nobody likes hearing that kind of stuff, man. Nobody likes that. Oh, Wayne said still can't find you on Blue Sky. Okay, yeah, it's Raptors Freak. Just look up Raptors Freak. I don't know. Maybe they don't have a very well done Wayne. I don't know how to find you. All I can say is put in Raptors Freak, and hopefully you'll find me. Let's see. Yeah, there I am. And on if you put in the full name Raptors Freak, I am the thing you comes up. Yeah, that is me yelling in the picture. That is on that. Yeah, that's me. Cass saying, thanks, Lex. Thank you for not spoiling Survivor. Yeah, I don't want to say, but I'll just say I was very, very happy to see who got kicked off last night. And I have a real issue. I think Teeny is an alcoholic. I'm sad for her. You know, she's been a bump on the log this whole season where she kind of just like is not, she's been duped every which way by Genevieve. And every time there's a award at the sanctuary that has alcohol, she's like, ooh, ooh. And then she gets there and she just gets shitty drunk. Yeah, I'm worried about Teeny, and she may need to go to the rooms. Teeny, I know you're only 23, but you're showing the signs of alcoholism right now. Seriously, on Survivor, you're showing off that you're an alcoholic. I'm not lying. Seriously, I can see the symptoms right there. That's right. Blackhawk saying Blue Sky is smooth. I like it so far. We get those spaces. Woo! We'll be there. Zazu, come on over the Blue Skies and get the spaces, please. I watched the Wired interview with Mark Cuban this week, which was fantastic, y'all. If y'all follow the YouTube channel Wired, check out the latest half-hour interview with Mark Cuban. He talks about the election of Trump recently. He talks about Blue Skies a lot and what he feels about it. He talks about what he's doing with the healthcare system as far as trying to get lower drug prices for people. Yeah, Mark Cuban is an amazing person. I have so much respect for Mark Cuban, and big ups to him. So y'all check out the latest Wired interview with Mark Cuban. It's very enlightening, and he's a very, very intelligent, smart guy. Yeah. Yeah, Monique's like, what is Blue Sky? Blue Sky is an alternative to Twitter, Monique. It's a new app that people are moving to away from Twitter because we hate Elon Musk, and we hate how he kind of like manipulated the election and helped Trump win through Twitter. So a lot of us have deactivated our Twitter accounts, and we're moving to Blue Sky. So Monique, it's another thing you may have to make an account for and get on. In some ways, I'm not on X anymore at all. I don't care the cesspool that's going on there. In some ways, Blue Sky is like a filtered, positive, fun place. In fact, Mark Cuban was describing on the Wired interview all the great features that allow you to cut trolls out of it. Like the trolls and the algorithm of Elon and X is messed up at this point. It's compromised. And there's not really good discourse. There's not really good information. There's a lot of just stupid name calling and immaturity. And well, on Blue Skies, the adult table is there. And people are actually having very good discussions, and they're enjoying it because it's like how Twitter was before Elon bought it. So yeah, you may want to check it out. Blackhawk saying it runs smooth, probably because there are less people. Part of it is there's less people. And also, you can talk about stuff and you're going to get more intelligent people also, probably, and that's fun. That's fun to do. Twitter was really good before Elon bought it. It was a great source for information. In some ways, it supplanted the newspaper that you get every day. You go on there and find a lot of news. Well, Blue Sky is changing and becoming that again. Yeah, it doesn't feel buggy. Okay, your name is Strainer on there? Okay. Yeah, look me up and you'll find me, Wayne. It's real. You should be able to find me. I'm on there. Yeah, I don't know. Should I put a link to it? I don't know. Maybe I can put a link up to my account and you guys can find me that way. Let me just copy it in real quick here and see if that'll work. No. They're getting linked up on there. There's the link to my Blue Sky account. I'm not posting anything yet, but I probably will start posting. In some ways, I got to get out of my old X habits, which is like, don't give Elon anything. Just observe, observe, observe. Don't like or comment anything. Well, I can do that now on Blue Sky, and I don't mind. I've started interacting with Josh Lundberg about Survivor. I wrote him a comment last week about Survivor. He wrote me back. So yeah, I'm talking Survivor with Josh Lundberg on Blue Skies. So yeah, there you go. You found me, Blackhawk. Awesome. All right. Yeah, X crashes frequently on his devices. Well, he went in and fired everybody who worked there, and he wants to do the same thing to the U.S. government. Okay, this is real smart, Trump. You got Elon, who just bought Twitter and ran it to the ground and fired everybody, and he actually did it on purpose to make it run like that. And then you want him to be in charge of cutting down clutter in the government for the U.S. He's going to fire a whole bunch of people, and he's going to get rid of a whole bunch of people too. Watch. It's going to be really weird. The next 4 years in the United States are going to be very strange. I don't think that they're going to be very normal at all. And I think that there may be some very huge things that happen that are absolutely going to astound people. And people are going to be like, what the fuck is the world we're living in right now? Seriously, I feel like that. There may be positive things that happen. They were like, holy shit, what is the world we live in? And there may be very negative things. That's probably likely. That we're gonna be like, what is the world we live in? Oh my gosh, it's crazy, man. Yeah, Wayne, you found me. Okay, perfect. Yeah, prayers to the Thomas family as always, and yeah, I hope that things get better and better for you guys. Do something nice in her honor. I know there's all kinds of different ways people like to do tribute. Some people like to plant a tree. Some people like to, just make a legacy in her honor, as far as like a fund or something like that. Whatever you can do, and to help heal your grieving. Blackhawk saying it's all about scam. They're going to make cults so they can funnel the money to themselves. Scam. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the Raptor Freak this morning. I'll be back to react to the game tomorrow and preview the Raptors 905 game that's going on tomorrow night also. So, yeah, let's enjoy a good game tonight. Raptors, let's beat the Miami Heat to loose balls. Let's get more rebounds than them. Let's dominate the paint with Jakob Poeltl, like was said earlier. I think that's a great idea. And, yeah, let's continue to see our rookies grow, and let's let the chips fall as they may. If the cards are there for Darko to beat Spoelstra once again, let's go get it. I'm all about it. But if there's a learning lesson in there somehow, some way, and we don't exactly win, well, this is a rebuilding year. And we don't lose either way is what I'm saying right now. All right, y'all, let's go Raptors. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and join the channel if you feel like it. You can join our Facebook chat where we talk live during the game, talking about what's going on in the game. I appreciate everybody for watching today, and let's go. I'll be back tomorrow. It's 9:30 a.m. every single day, Raptor Freak channel. I'm out, y'all. Raptorize your day, now, Batia. Woo!